Hello class, welcome to AIMS India's live class sessions. In today's class, we'll be discussing more about integers. But before going into more about integers, I'd like to do a quick recap of what we have learned in the previous class. We've learned about natural numbers. We've learned that natural numbers start from 1 and continue till infinity. And we've learned about whole numbers. Whole numbers start from 0 along with the natural numbers. Whole numbers are 0 along with natural numbers. And when it comes to integers, in integers we have negative numbers 0 and then positive numbers. I hope you remember all these things. -1, -2, -3, these are called as negative integers. 0, these 1, 2, 3 are called as positive integers. 0 along with the positive integers are called as non-negative integers. And an important point to remember is that fractions and decimals do not fall under any of these categories. These are neither natural numbers nor whole numbers, and they also do not fall under the category of integers. Right, children? I hope this was clear for you in the last class. And now I want you to look up the integers on number line. 0 comes in the middle, and we have, now from the number line you can see that the numbers to the left of 0 are all negative. Numbers to the which side, to this left side, are all negative. After 0 we have -1, -2, -3 and all the negative numbers. And then again from this number line you can observe that numbers to the right of 0 are all positive. Numbers to the right of 0 are all positive. 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on are all positive numbers. If the number has no sign attached to it as a prefix, then it means that it is a positive number. See here, for negative numbers we had the prefix. Prefix means a symbol or a word which we attach before a number or a word. Okay, here before the numbers we are using the negative sign. This is called as a prefix to the numbers. Now this prefix tells us that these are negative numbers. But for positive numbers, we do not have any such prefix attached, right? We are not writing +1, +2 each and every time. So here he is saying that if numbers do not have any sign as prefixes, then it means it is a positive number. For example, number 3 is really number +3. We just have to assume that it is a positive number. We do not write +3, we write it as 3 directly because we assume it to be a positive number. We use the prefix negative only for negative numbers. We use the prefix minus only for negative numbers. There is no need to write positive numbers with the prefix plus. Okay. Moving on. Add a positive integer. We move to the right. Now we learn about how to add positive and also how to add negative integers. As we know mostly about positive integers. Like here we are adding 6 and 3 together. We are adding 6 and 3. 6 plus 3 is equals to how much? Let us see 6 plus 3 on a number line. We have 6 here and then we have to move 3 places forward. 1, 2, 3. Then we have the answer as 9, right? 6 plus 3 gives us the answer of 9. Now look at the direction of movement here. We are adding a positive integer, then we are moving to the right side, right? Again, here both were positive integers. Let us take one negative and one positive integers. -6. We are taking the negative integer -6 and then we are adding 3 to it, which means we have to move 3 places to the right side. 1, 2, 3. Where do we reach? We reach the number -3. -6 plus 3 gives us the answer -3. Again, the direction of movement is to the right. Whenever we add a positive integer, we always move to the right. Okay. Another example would be -5 plus 2. -5 plus 2, 1, 2. We have moved 2 numbers to the right side because we are using a positive integer and we have to move to the right only. What if we add a negative integer? When we add a negative integer, we move to the left. We have this negative integer minus 6 here. What are we doing? We are adding another negative integer which is minus 3 to it. We are adding what? We are adding another negative integer which is minus 3 to it. As I said in the last class, if you remember, minus 3 or anything negative represents below it or to the below 0 or below the ground level, right? So when we are adding minus 3 to minus 6, we have to move below it. We have to move to the left side. We have to move 3 places to the left. 1, 2, 3. And after moving 3 places, the place we arrive is at minus 9. So minus 6 plus minus 3 is equal to minus 9. Again, we have the confusion of signs here. We are looking at this bracket here, right? This bracket can be considered as multiplication mark. This bracket can be considered as what? This bracket can be considered as multiplication sign. Now here's a plus before a bracket and minus after a bracket. When we multiply a positive and a negative, multiply a positive and a negative number, the answer is always negative, okay? When we multiply a positive and negative number, with the answer is always negative. So here we can simplify minus 6 plus of minus 3 as minus 6 minus 3. Why? Because plus into minus gives us the result of minus. Minus 6 minus 3 is equals to what? Minus 9. Again, we are having two integers with the same sign. We are having two integers with what sign? We are having the two integers with same sign. So we can consider these two integers as positive integers even though they are negative. Forget about the signs here because both the signs are the same. So we simply place the sign here in the answer and then we add both the integers. 6 plus 3 gives us 9. In the same way, if we take another example of minus 1 plus of, this bracket is read as of, okay? Minus 1 plus of minus 2. How will we solve this? We'll write minus 1. Again, plus into minus gives us minus. Then we write 2. Again, we have both the integers with the same sign. So, the answer will be, put the sign as minus. What is the answer of 1 plus 2? 1 plus 2 gives us 3. So, minus 1 minus 2 gives us the answer of minus 3. Okay. Now this was about a plus and a negative sign, plus and a minus sign. What happens when we multiply plus and plus together? Right, plus and plus gives us plus only. Now what if we multiply minus and minus together? Minus and minus also gives us plus. So simply you have to remember that if there is only one minus sign, we will get the answer as minus. If we have more than one minus or we have both plus, the answer will be plus only. Okay, clear students? I hope these signs are very important when we are dealing with integers. A plus and a negative gives us a negative. A plus and a plus gives us plus. A minus and a minus gives us a plus. See, now comes the subtraction part. Subtract a positive integer, we move to the left. Here we took a negative integer which is minus 4 and then we are subtracting 3 from it which is a positive integer. This is not a negative integer here. Why? Because if there was a comma between both of them, then this would have been a negative integer and minus 3 would also have been a negative integer. But here we are writing it as minus 4 minus 3. Minus here is serving as the subtraction operator. We are using this minus to subtract 3 from minus 4. Understood? We are using minus sign here to subtract 3 from minus 4. if it was written like this, minus 4 plus of minus 3, then minus 4 and minus 3 are negative integers and then we are adding them up. Okay, is this clear? Minus 4 and minus 3, minus 4 and minus 3, minus 4 minus 3 does not mean these are two negative integers. We have a positive integer 3 which is subtracted from a negative integer minus 4. Again, how do we do this? What did I say? When we have two same signs for the numbers, we simply put up the same sign in the answer and then we add the numbers. 4 plus 3 gives us what? 4 plus 3 gives us 7. We simply put up the minus sign before this 7. Even in the number line here, see what we have done? We are starting from minus 4 and then we are subtracting 3. So we are moving 3 steps backward, which leads us to which number? Which is leading us to minus 7. Minus 4 minus 3 is equals to minus 7. Both the signs are same, so the answer will be minus 4 and 3. 4 plus 3 gives us 7. Subtract a negative integer, we move to the right. Subtract a negative integer, we move to the right. Here what are we doing means we are taking two negative integers. What are we doing? We are taking two negative integers. Minus 8 is one negative integer, minus 12 is another negative integer. We are subtracting these two negative integers. Here look at this. Minus 8 minus of minus 12. Now look at this, we are having this bracket here and we have a sign before this bracket and we have a sign inside this bracket. We have to multiply those two signs. Minus into minus gives us what? As both are minuses, we get the plus as our answer. Minus into minus gives us plus, plus into plus gives us also plus. If both the signs are different, like we have a plus and a minus or a minus into plus, the answer will be minus. If both the signs are same, then the answer will be plus. Okay, clear? So minus 8 minus of minus 12. Now how will we simplify this? We write the minus 8 as same. Now minus into minus becomes plus. Then we have the number 12. Now look at this. If we write this same equation with interchanging the places. Now here minus 8 is in the first place and 12 is in the second place, right? Now what we are doing here is we are moving 12 to the first place and minus 8 to the second place. 12 minus 8. Now what is this 12 minus 8? 12 minus 8 is subtracting 8 from 12, which we do normally. 12 minus 8 will leave us with what? It will leave us with 4. Right, 12 minus 8. What is the answer for 12 minus 8? What is the difference between 12 and 8? The difference between 12 and 8 is 4. If we look at the same thing on a number line, we are starting at minus 8 here and then we are subtracting a negative integer. As we are subtracting a negative integer, we are moving to the right. And how many places are we moving? We are moving 12 places to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. After moving 12 places to the right from minus 8, we are arriving at the answer of 4. Is this clear for you all? Minus 8 minus of minus 12. Minus into minus became plus. Minus 8 plus 12. We are just changing the positions of the numbers. 12 minus 8 is equals to 4. I hope this is clear, because how to add and subtract integers are very basic concepts which you need to understand, because these are very helpful for you in your higher classes as well. These form the basic for many equations and problems you do on integers in your higher classes. the absolute value of an integer. What are we talking about next? We will learn about the absolute value of an integer. The absolute value of an integer is its numerical value regardless of its sign. Regardless means what? Regardless means no matter what. For example, if I say that tomorrow you will be having a class regardless of the situation, which what I mean here is tomorrow I'll take a class compulsorily no matter what the situation might be, no matter if there is a power cut, no matter if there is no internet connectivity, no matter I'm not feeling well, regardless of all those things there will be a class for you. So the absolute value of an integer is its numerical value regardless of its sign. No matter what the sign might be, the absolute value is its numerical value. The absolute value of an integer is always positive or non-negative. The absolute value of an integer is always positive, that is non-negative. How means we use this modulus here. Modulus, you are looking at these two lines here, you are looking at these two vertical lines here. In these lines are called as modulus, or in short you call them as mod. What do you call them? You call them mod in short. When we place a number between these two lines, between these two vertical lines, then we find out the absolute value of that number. Like the absolute value of 5, that is mod 5 is equal to 5, and also the absolute value of minus 5, or the mod value of minus 5 is also 5. What did I say? Absolute value is its numerical value regardless of its sign. What is this number here? This number is 5. So the absolute value will also be 5 no matter what is its sign. Even though it is negative, it becomes a non-negative number. Understood? Even though it is a negative number, it becomes a non-negative number. It is like a little magic trick which is done on the negative numbers, and the answer we get is a non-negative number. We've put a negative number inside the modulus, but the answer we get is a non-negative number. Absolute value is nothing but the distance from 0. What is the absolute value? Absolute value is nothing but distance from 0. When I say mod 5 or the absolute value of 5, what I mean actually is how far is it from 0. How far is it from 0? How far is 5 from 0? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is 5 units far from 0. So the mod value of 5 or the absolute value of 5 is 5 units. And when it comes to minus 5, how far is minus 5 from 0? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 units. Even minus 5 is 5 units far from 0. So the absolute value of a number is always equals to its numerical value no matter regardless of its sign. So the absolute value of an integer is always positive. What are integers? Integers also include negative numbers, right? Integers also include negative numbers. So here he is saying that even though we have negative numbers in integers, the absolute value is always positive, that is non-negative. Comparison of integers. Now you have learned about addition and subtraction of integers, right? Now let us compare two integers. Every positive integer is greater than 0. What is he saying here? Every positive integer is greater than 0. I'll draw a number line here for better understanding. Minus 4. Okay. Every positive integer is greater than 0. See, is 1 greater than 0? Yes. Is 2 greater than 0? Yes. Is 3 greater than 0? Yes. Every positive integer is always greater than 0. There is no possibility that a positive integer is less than 0. Every negative integer is less than 0. See, all the negative integers on the number line are less than 0. When I say minus 1, I am 1 less than 0. When I say minus 2, it means 2 less than 0. So always negative integers represent less than 0. Every positive integer is greater than 0. If you look at the pattern here, what is he saying? Every positive number is greater than 0. Every positive integer is greater than 0. And we know that 3 is greater than 1. Yes or no? 3 is 3 is greater than 1. So the number on the right side, the number on the which side, children? The number on the right side is always greater than the one on the left side. The number on the right side is always greater than the right side. Let us take these two numbers, for example 0 and 4. What did I say? The number on the right side is greater. Now which is on the right side here? 4 is on the number side. By right side, I mean the right side of the number line. If a question is given in the exam, compare -4 and -8. You don't write -8 is a greater number, saying that now ma'am said the number on the right side is greater than the number on the left side. Okay, always compare it on the number line. Always compare it on the number line and see which number falls to the right and which number falls to the left. The number which falls to the right side is always greater than the number which is on the left side. So 4 is greater than 0. Does this point satisfy here? Every positive number is greater than 0. 4 is a positive integer. It is greater than 0. It is on the right side. And every negative integer is less than 0. Again, if you consider a negative integer -4 and 0, -4 is on the which side? -4 is on the left side. 0 is on the which side? 0 is on the right side, right? 0 is on the right side and -4 is on the left side. What are they saying here? Every negative integer is less than 0. Now what did I say? Number on the right side is greater than the number on the left side, which means number on the left side is less than the number on the right side. Am I right or wrong? Number on the left is less than the number on the right. The number on the left, which is -4 here, which is a negative integer, is less than 0. Even this statement here is proven true with this trick, right? Any number on the right is greater than any number on the left. On number line, specifically I am telling you, please place the numbers on number line and then compare. Don't simply compare the right and left numbers given in the question. Place those on a number line and then compare which falls on the right and which falls to the left. Number on the right is greater and the number on the left side is less than the number on the right side. Every positive integer is greater than negative integer. Again, if you take this positive integer 4 and this negative integer -4, tell me which is on the right side? 4 is on the right side, right? Positive integer is on the right side. So, naturally 4 becomes the greater number than the -4. Positive integer is greater than the negative integer. You can take any positive integer and any negative integer. Every positive integer is always greater than negative integer because all the positive integers fall on the right side and all the negative integers fall on the left side, and any number on the right is always greater than any number on the left side of the number line. Given two positive integers, compare them as whole numbers. Given two negative integers, the integer with smaller absolute value is greater. What are they saying here? When you are given two positive integers and asked to compare them as whole numbers. Compare them as what? Whole numbers. Like you do normally. If I ask you to tell which number is greater, 4 or 21, what will you say? Obviously 21 is greater because 21 has great value than 4. And again, if you look on the number line, 4 comes here and then there are so many numbers and then comes 21. 21 is on the right side and 4 is on the left side. Again, the right person wins. 21 is greater. So here he is saying that when two positive integers are given, compare them as whole numbers, which we normally do. But we have to learn about negative integers. What to do when two negative integers are given? When two negative integers are given, the integer with smaller absolute value is greater. What is greater? The integer with smaller value is greater. What happens in positive integers is that the number with greater value is the greater, right? Number which has more value is called as the greater number, but these are negative integers, these are negative people, they do negative integers follow the reverse rule of positive integers. In negative integers, the number which has smaller absolute value is greater, which has smaller value. Again, what did I say about absolute value? The absolute value of -2 is 2. Right, removing the sign is the number we get after removing the sign is called as the absolute value. Two negative integers, the integer with smaller absolute value is greater. Again, this statement can be proved using the right and left concept. If you take two integers -4 and -1 on the number line, okay, tell me which is on the right side and which is on the left side. -1 is on the right side, right? So -1 is the greater number. But if you take the absolute values of -1 and -4, 4 is smaller and 1 is greater. 4 is greater number and 1 is smaller number. 4 is greater number and 1 is smaller number. What is saying here? The number with smallest absolute value is greater. 1 is having the smaller value here, so 1 is greater. In short, even if you do not remember all these points, just remember the rule that a number on the right side is greater than a number on the left side. A number on the left side is lesser than the number on the right side when placed on a, when looked from a number line point of view. Okay, this is all you need to know about comparing integers. It's a small exercise here. Compare using the symbols less than, greater than and equal to. I know even I know that you people are in a higher class now, but even now many students have the confusion between which symbol is less than and which symbol is greater than. Even I had such confusions while growing up. What I learned is a little trick to remember these symbols. Now less than starts from the letter L, right? Less than starts from the letter L, so the symbol of less than also looks like an L. It's like a slightly slanted version of L. This becomes the less than and the other symbol obviously becomes the greater than. Okay, understood? L starts from less than, starts from L, the letter L, and so the less than symbol also looks like L, a slanted L. And obviously the other symbol becomes the greater than symbol, and you know this is equal to sign. Or what you could do is when I give you a small chocolate, when I give you a small chocolate and I give you a big bar of candy, what will you do? You will prefer eating the big bar of candy. Big bar of candy, so you will open your mouth towards it. Looking at this symbol here, you are opening your mouth towards the bigger candy. Now what did I say about this symbol? This symbol looks like L. So this is the less than symbol. This small is less than big. Isn't this correct? Small is less than big. In the same way, if I give you two numbers 5 and 6, which is the greater number here? You open your mouth towards the greater number. We read it as 5 is less than 6. Again, if I give you numbers 9 and 2, the greater number here is 9. So open the mouth towards 9. 9 is greater than 2. Understood? This is even easier, right? You just have to go for the bigger number. Open the mouth towards the bigger number. This will give us a clarity about which symbol to put, whether this symbol or this symbol, the less than or the greater than symbol. And when do we use equal to? We use equal to when both the numbers given are equal. The first comparison given here is -4 and 0. -4 and 0. If you remember the statement, all negative integers are less than 0. All negative integers are less than 0. So we place the symbol less here. Less than here. L for less than, and so the less than symbol also looks like an L. Or 0 is the bigger number here, so you opened your mouth towards the bigger number. It's okay even if you don't remember this statement, just draw a number line and see where these two stand. -1, -2, -3 and then comes -4. 0 is on the right side, so 0 is the greater number and 4 is the lesser number. Clear? It's okay even if you do not remember those properties of integers. The next comparison is -2 and -5. When two negative integers are given, we compare their absolute values, and the number with smaller absolute value is the greater integer. Now, what are the absolute values of -2 and -5? They are 2 and 5. Which is the smaller number here? The smaller number is 2. So, this is the greater negative integer. Again, as I said, negative integers follow the opposite rule for the opposite rule as of the positive integers. In case of positive integers, we would have written as 2 is less than 5. But as these are negative integers, we are writing -2 is greater than -5. It's okay. Again, it's okay if you don't remember these properties. Just put them up on a number line. -2, -3, -4 and -5. 2 is to the right side, so 2 is the greater number, so the mouth is open towards 2. 0 and 0. Now we know that 0 is, both the numbers are same, so 0 is equal to 0. 0 is equal to 0. Next, 6 and 3. 6 and 3 are normal positive integers. We know that the number 6 is greater than 3. So, open your mouth towards this side, towards 6. 6 is greater than 3. -9 and 9. Again, if you look on a number line here, 9 comes here and -9 comes here. Positive 9 is on the right side and negative 9 is on the left side. So, which is the greater number here? The greater number is 9. So, we use this symbol. The mouth open towards 9, or we can say -9 is less than. L for less than. So, this symbol also looks like an L here. Next, -2 and -3. -2 and 2 and 3, sorry. 2 and 3. 2 and -3. If you look on the number line, 2 falls on the right side and -3 falls on the left side. So, which is the greater number here? 2. So, the sign is opened towards 2. How do we read this? We read this as 2 is greater than -3. -4 is less than 0. -2 is greater than 5. 6 is greater than 0. -9 is less than 9. 2 is greater than -3. I hope all this is clear. This was about comparison of integers. Again, the same exercise but just a little difference. There we have put up the signs like greater than and less than signs. Now here we have to just circle the integer with greater value. We are having 6, -6 and 0. 6, -6 and 0. If we put all these integers on a number line, 6 falls on the right side. 6 falls on the right side. So, automatically 6 becomes the greatest value integer. 6 becomes what? 6 becomes the greatest value integer. Second, 1, 0, -1. Again, positive integers are always greater than negative integers. Positive integers are always greater than 0. So, what is the positive integer here? 1, which is greater than both 0 and the negative integer. 2, -3 and 4. Negative integers are always less than positive integers. So, this negative integer is straight away eliminated. Now, we are left with two positive integers, 2 and 4. Now, which number has the greater absolute value here? 4, right. So, 4 becomes the integer with greater value. -5, -6 and -7. Here, all the three integers are having negative signs. Now what do? We compare their absolute values, which are nothing but 5, 6 and 7. And what is the rule? What was the rule for integers? For negative integers, the negative integer with smaller absolute value is the greater integer. So we have to find out the smaller integer here, the integer with smaller absolute value. Which is the integer with smaller absolute value here? Minus 5. Yes, so minus 5 becomes the greater number here. See, again, if these numbers are placed on a number line, we first have minus 7, minus 6 and then we have minus 5. Minus 5 falls on the rightmost corner, so minus 5 becomes the greater value integer. 8, 7 and 6, all these are positive integers, so the integer with the greater absolute value is 8, so 8 becomes the greatest number among these three. The last one is 0, 3 and minus 3. 0, 3 and minus 3. Again, if you look at these numbers on a number line, 3 falls on the rightmost corner, so 3 becomes the integer with the greatest value. I hope all these things about comparison of integers, addition and subtraction of integers was clear for you. Now is time for the today's quiz. Sorry I couldn't do quiz in the last class. The first question for today is, what do we call the set of negative numbers and whole numbers? Remember, negative numbers and whole numbers. Option A, natural numbers. Option B, integers. Option C, positive numbers. Option D, the set of whole numbers. What is the correct answer here? Yes, the correct answer is B, integers. Integers is the set of negative numbers and whole numbers. Next question is, where are the negative numbers located on a horizontal number line? Where are the negative numbers located on a horizontal number line? A, on the right of 0. B, on the left of 0. C, above 0. D, below 0. What is the correct answer? This is a number line 0, 1, 2. We have the positive integers here and we have the negative integers here. Now where are the negative numbers located? They are located to the left side. The correct answer is on the left of 0. Question number 3. How is the withdrawal of 200 rupees represented? What are we doing here? How is the withdrawal? Withdrawal means, how do I explain this? You all know bank accounts, right? All your parents must be having bank accounts. Withdrawal means when we go to the ATM and then we take out the cash from our bank account. When we take out the cash from our bank account, it is called as withdrawal. What are we doing here? We are taking out some money. Remember this point. We are withdrawing. We are taking out some money from our account. How is it represented? A, depositing 200 rupees. B, minus 200. C, 200. Option D, minus 200. Now which is the correct answer here? Right, option B, minus 200. As I said, negative integers are also used when we owe some money to the others. It's not like owing money. We are taking out from the money which we already had, right? We had some, let's say, 1000 rupees in our bank and now we are taking out 200. What will happen? The balance will be reduced by 200 rupees. So as the balance will be reduced, we use the negative sign. Moving on to question number 4. Where do we place the positive numbers on a vertical number line with respect to 0? Look at this. They are talking about vertical number line. It is not a horizontal number line. You might be aware of vertical number line in graphs. If you have dealt with graphs, we have the x-axis and y-axis, right? X-axis and y-axis, right? So there comes the negative vertical number line. Now where are the positive numbers located on a vertical number line? Above 0, on its left side, on its right side or below? On a vertical line, number line, what happens is 0 comes in the middle, Positive numbers are on the above and negative numbers are on the below. So what is the correct option here? Above. Positive numbers are located above 0 on a vertical number line. Next is question number 5. What is the smallest negative integer? What is the... Carefully read the question. Don't get confused. What is the smallest negative integer? A. -1. Option B. -10. Option C 0 and option C does not exist. Now what is the correct answer here? Option D does not exist. If this was about positive integers, we would have said 1, not -1. We would have said 1 is the smallest positive integer. But as I said, the case is reverse with negative integers when we compare it with positive integers. In positive integers, we do not know the highest positive integer. In the negative integers, we do not know the smallest negative integer. -1 is the highest negative integer. What is -1? -1 is the highest negative integer, whereas +1 is what? +1 is the smallest positive integer. In the same way, we do not know the smallest negative integer. We do not know the highest positive integer. Question number 6. A deep well has steps inside it. A monkey is sitting on the topmost step, that is the first step. The water level is at the 9th step. The water level is where? It is at the 9th step. If the monkey jumps 3 steps down and then jumps 2 steps up, how many jumps does it have to make to reach the water level? Take a minute, read this question and understand it carefully. Okay? Option A 11, option B 9, option C 7, option C D. A deep well has steps inside it. A monkey is sitting on the topmost step, that is the first step. The water level is the 9th step. The monkey jumps 3 steps down and then jumps back 2 steps up. How many jumps does it have to make to reach the water level? The correct answer is 7. I am glad that many of you are giving correct answers. Very good, students. Keep it up. See, how do we solve this is, the monkey was on which step? The monkey was on first step. Then what did it do? It jumped 3 steps down. What did it do? It jumped 3 steps down. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Water level is at the 9th step. What does 3 steps down here means? It means that it has moved 3 steps forward. It is in 4th step now. Then what did it do? It jumped 2 steps up. Means it jumped back 2 steps. It moved 2 steps up. From 4, it moved 2 steps up and reached which step? It reached step number 2. Now, how many jumps does it have to make to reach the water level, which is the number 9? Now, what is the difference between 2 and 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It takes... Monkey has to make 7 more jumps to reach the water level. Okay? Understood? Question number 7. In a class test containing 10 questions, 3 marks are awarded for every correct answer and -1 is awarded for every incorrect answer and 0 for the questions not attempted. Srinu gets 2 correct and 6 incorrect answers out of 8 questions he attempts. What is his total score? See, this is about a class test in which there are 10 questions. Given 3 marks are awarded for every correct answer and -1 is awarded for every incorrect answer and 0 for the questions not attempted. Now there is a boy called Srinu who gets 2 correct and 6 incorrect answers out of 8 questions he attempts. Out of how many questions did he attempt? He attempted 8 questions and he got 2 correct and 6 incorrect answers. Now what will be his total score? Option A 0, option B 2, option C -2, option D 6. I am giving you a minute to solve this question. Okay, yes. Now the correct answer here is 0. Now how did this come? If we take what did they say, 3 for correct and -1 for wrong answer, right? Now how many questions did he attempt? He attempted 8 questions in which he got 2 correct answers. We have to multiply 2 into how many marks for each correct answer? 3. Then plus he got 6 incorrect answers, right? 6 into how many marks for each incorrect answer? -1. 6 into -1. What does 2 into 3? What is the product of 2 and 3? 2 and 3, product of 2 and 3 is 6. And then we have plus 6 and -1 here. 6 and -1, right? Again the confusion of signs come here. As I said, there is one positive sign and one negative sign. When one is positive and one is negative, the result is always negative. In multiplication, the result is always negative. So we put up the negative sign, and then we have 6 and 1. We multiply these two integers. 6 ones are, we multiply the absolute values of both. 6 ones are 6. The difference minus 6 and 6 is the difference between the difference of 6 and 6 is 6 minus 6 is equal to what? 0. 6 minus 6 is 0. So even though he got 2 correct answers, because he got 6 incorrect answer, the total score of Srinu becomes what? The total score of Srinu becomes 0 here. Plus into minus gives us with minus. 6 ones are 6. 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. I hope this is clear. Remember, these signs are always this plus into minus, what I said, is only when you are multiplying two integers in which one is positive and one is negative.